Hey, good evening. Welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Let's look at some of the comments. Let's look at some, perhaps even more so, let's look at some of the subjects that simply won't lie down. They're dead, but they won't lie down. First of all, we always get somebody will show up saying, what happened to Allan, the Canadian, who was not a Canadian? Okay? Now, he wasn't a Canadian for all of the Canadians, but I'm guessing that for a lot of mid-European refugees, he was every bit a Canadian because he had a passport that said so. And we saw his passport. So what happened? He rolled up, for you who don't know, and I want to do it fairly quickly, he rolled up at our place on a motorcycle with his girlfriend and a small child. And he said he needed money to go to Manila to sort his problems out with his immigration. Now his problems, such as they were with immigration, was that he was something like 3 or was it 4 years out of status. In other words, he had come here 3 or 4 years ago, don't correct me if I'm wrong on that, but 3 or 4 years ago he'd come here and he hadn't bothered ever to renew his passport, and he claimed that he'd given a great deal of money to someone else to do it for him, which I'm not sure if that ever works. So the person had absconded with the money, and he was left 3 years later, like he never bothered to mention to the woman, oh, by the way, what's happening with my passport and my visa? He didn't think about that. So he was there. Now we took that with more than a pinch of salt, probably, let me say, maybe a bucket full, and we said, well, we'll play this video, we'll post this video and see what happens. Well, two very kind-hearted Canadians took pity on our friend Allan, the un-Canadian, and they sent 17,000. They sent 17,000 pesos, which we gave to Allan in full. He then went off to Manila. So he went off to Manila, and then he came back with a story about the Canadian ambassador himself relieving him of 50-something thousand pesos and not giving him a receipt. And then he came back with no money. So whether that was true or not, it doesn't really matter. The object of our interest was that there was a small child there, and it looked like he had caused the girlfriend to be estranged from her family. Now, if he's about to try to leave the country, then we thought that it was in the interest of the child and the girlfriend that we help him to do that. And we posted yet another video, and our friend and staunch supporter who throughout our time on YouTube is a man called Little Bit Rich. Why is he called Little Bit Rich? Is that on his birth certificate? No, it's not. But once when he gave a donation, and Beth was messaging with him, and she said, wow, you must be a little bit rich. No, that's it. He said, and now I'll do that again. She said to him, wow, you must be very rich. And he said, no, I'm just a little bit rich. And from that day on, we called him a little bit rich. Well, he sent the money for this man to go back again to sort out his problem in Manila. All right, so no questions asked. Let's get this done. Let's get the job done quickly. We sent him back to Manila. He came back. He had worked out some kind of a deal and had a date for leaving. Now all that was needed was a ticket. Little Bit Rich stepped forward again. He stated quite clearly many times that the reason he was interested was for the benefit of the child, and in the hope that once this man was gone, the girlfriend would be reunited with her family, which was obviously in the best interest. That was our judgment, and it wasn't difficult to see that he probably would be better off back in Canada. And that's what happened. He went back to Canada. After he got back, because we made a few checks on him, like we tried to find out if he had indeed gone to Manila when he got the money, and we found out that he had. When he said that he was coming back with some kind of a paper, we checked on him again, and he accused us of ambushing him. And when he got back to Canada, he wrote us a letter which was, shall we say, that of a dissatisfied customer. That would probably be an understatement. He accused of us of trying to sabotage his good name and well, sabotage him and make him look bad. So his email was so bad that we simply deleted it and we blocked him. We never heard from him again for that reason. So that's it. End of story. Case closed. No more recrimination or deciding whether he was right or wrong or true or false. He's gone. What's the other thing? Dating. Can we get letters every day? These are heartbreaking letters because they're from decent people. A lot are OFWs working I don't know how many jobs or how many hours, and they would love to meet somebody who would treat them with love and respect. We wish, believe me, all of you who have written, please believe that we wish that we could help, but there's just no way. We don't have the resources to be able to help. We actually don't. We only know a few people, those that were single when they came, and when they left, and are apparently satisfied with that condition, or they've met somebody and are now doing okay. As far as hooking anybody up with someone who we know will treat them very well, we would have no way of knowing that. And we care very much about our OFW subscribers. We really do. It breaks my heart to have letters saying, I just want to meet my forever. I want to have a happy life with someone who will love me. I wish you all the luck, but it's not possible for us to find someone. I didn't find Mike for Lina. We had a video of where Lina was seen during the opening of one of the Balikbayan boxes, and Mike liked her. He saw something there that was special to him, and what do you know? He came. There's the magic ingredient. For those men who are seeking to have a decent woman, all I can say is you just get yourself out here. But don't, as far as I'm concerned, even though I'm not discriminating against all the women in big cities, all I'm telling you is what I know. And what I know is small town Philippines. I know Hitafi. I think Hitafi has I don't think it has a lot more than 1,000 people who live there. It's a small town. Talabon is getting much busier, and there are many attractive, clearly intelligent women who are working jobs and supporting families and so on, and they're there. If you choose to come here, you can get a very cheap hotel room, 6 or 7 pesos. What's that? 15 bucks a night, $15 US a night. You can stay in a hotel with air conditioning, and and close to town. You can get a tricycle anywhere that will take you anywhere in the town, but you could probably walk anywhere anyway. Alright, so, and that's one anyway too many. So we can't actually physically connect you with someone, and I hope that people understand this, not because we don't want to. Okay. The age gap between Beth and I. The age gap between Beth and I, let's not dress it up, is 50 years. She is far too young for me, I am far too old for her. That's the case. But something happened, and we found a common mission, something that we both shared a passion for, and in that we were united. I can't put any more sense to it than that. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, I didn't kill anybody, but I felt like it. And there's one, still trying. So, she is too young and I'm too old, and that's the fact. But as I said, we found something that united us, and we have a spiritual path which we're following, which makes sense for us. I'm not suggesting that it could work with everybody else, and I'm the most fortunate of men. We have a life that we love. We have a life that we have worked very hard to achieve. Unlike people might think, I don't have a lot of money, so Beth is hardly here for the money. We worked very hard at building this channel that you are now watching. We worked, believe it or not, we worked 24/7 on this channel and on our help mission, the one that I mentioned as having been responsible for uniting us in a job that we can do, in a way that we can help, and in a spiritual path, a belief in the Creator, which we can reconcile with each other. Different words, same thing. So it may work for you and it may not. If you're a party guy, this is what I always say, if you're a party guy, then this is probably what you want, for much different reasons. If you're out there going to the bars, you will meet someone who's extremely young, probably a great deal younger than Beth, who is nearly 30. And certainly as far as advice goes on how to go about that, I have no idea. I've never been in a bar here. I don't do drugs. I don't take even prescription drugs. I certainly don't drink. And, well, it's 9:15 right now, and this is what I call a late night. So that gives you an idea what a dumb old turd I am. Okay? That suits Beth, and it suits me. And so I can't explain it any more than that. It was one of those, for me, magical things that happened. I met an incredible woman who fell in love with me, and I, of course, fell in love with her. And I thank the Creator every day of my life for my good fortune at this age, where I am now more fulfilled than ever before in my life. I've had a terrific life, actually. I had a lot of heartbreak and upsets, and I haven't been good at marriage. I've been much better at divorce than marriage, okay? I'm first to admit. But I've been in the entertainment industry. I've been a moderately successful musician, singer and trombone player. I've earned a living. I've bought houses and sold them, bought cars and sold them, and just generally had a great time. And I've been married, had children, lost them, and can't dress it up any more than that. I've been a pillar of reliability for some people, and others I've let down. Made all the mistakes, plus maybe a few that I've invented, especially of my own, and still my warrior princess decided that I was a good bet, and I will be reliable for her till the day I die. So, what else? Started to get a bit serious there, didn't I? Oh my God. Lena and her English. Oh my God, this is one that won't lie down. So many people have said, Lena, you've got to learn English. Now, if I can just make you, all of you people with the best of intention, have advised Lena to learn English. Let me put a little scenario to you. Lena has met someone that she feels that she can spend her life with, and coincidentally that seems to be someone who feels that he can spend his life with her. Now, lots of doubts about our friend Mike, lots of doubts. A lot of people didn't feel right. I don't feel right about that. I feel a little bit weird about that guy. I'm not, something not right there, and all kinds of intuitive, possibly psychic messages sent through to people who didn't like him. He didn't apparently read any of the comments because he sailed forward. He continued to be charming, funny, helpful, generous. He had problems at the beginning with his card. So, unlike most people who said, well, he should have been able to do this and should have been able to go Western Union or I don't know, Wells Fargo or some other thing, and he could get money sent and everything. What he did do was he sent home, and he sent to his niece, and she went to his place, and she went in his slush fund, and she got the money, and she sent him enough money to be able to have a great time with Lena, to be generous to Nanai, to be generous to everyone he knew, to help those that came to him, to do repairs on our bus, just to be good company. And he was with Lena for all the other times that they were not on video. Now let me put this to you. How long do you think per day they were on video? Some of you were tired of it, actually. They said, why is everything about Lena and Mike? Why is everything? Well, of course, everything wasn't about Lena and Mike, but they were popular, and they were sought after as a piece of news and as a piece of entertainment and as an interest in a love story. So, back to Lena in my roundabout way. Does anybody out there seriously think that Lena didn't say to herself, I'd better learn English? And yet, you all tell her, it's a little bit like telling someone, oh, by the way, did you know that you're standing up? She knows that she needs to speak English, but she speaks very little. She's learned a lot of words. She is able to communicate to Mike when the camera is not on her. But you know what? I've been here for 5 years, been married into a family that all speak Visayan, and I have about 3 phrases which I can speak parrot fashion. Converse with me and I will go, and I will be the original cigar store Indian. Well, the stereotypical cigar store Indian. Oh, how? I wouldn't know what to say. I would not be entertaining. I would not be comfortable. I would not be particularly happy or interested. When I sit at the table during normal family bonding time and everybody is chatting and I don't understand what they're saying, I drift off. Very often I get an elbow in the ribs, and Beth will tell me, somebody's talking to you. Oh, really? What did they say? Because I've tuned out. It's a language that I don't understand. And yes, I'm a lazy bugger. But I am that. And even if I learn a phrase, I can learn how to say "Como está?" and I'll know that that doesn't mean "Como está?" "Como está?" is just like going, "Hi." "Como está?" is, "How are you doing?" Now, if they tell me how they're doing, I'll go, sorry, I don't speak Visayan. So, let me let you in on a secret. This is just between you and me. Lena knows she must learn English. The second secret is she's trying. She's really trying. That's the second. The third little piece of information is that even on a best day with the wind behind her, she is not some great, gregarious, outgoing, funny, entertaining lady. She's reserved. She's quiet. She's a private person. And the yin and the yang, that's my warrior princess, will put to shame to anybody. I heard her tonight and she was interviewing Mike for the last time and she said, "Are you coming back?" Oh God. "Are you coming back?" Not just, "Are you coming back?" She said, "Are you coming back for Lena?" I said, "Beth, please stick to innuendos, not to such outright direct questions. Leave somebody a little leeway." Mike flew with that very generously and answered all the questions. So Lena is planning to take lessons. How else would she learn even if the lessons were on tape? Of course she's learning. Of course she is. And she didn't need to have it rammed down her throat. She's a lovely lady, wonderful lady. And Mike will be very lucky. And she will be very lucky too if they can pull it together. They have as much chance as anybody else. And the language is something that can be overcome. It's a challenge. It's something that can be overcome. I hope that you will continue on that upward climb of saying positive things, wishing them well, hoping for the best, not making recriminating, critical remarks. Somebody said, "Lena, open your mouth." Deleted. Be nice to both of them. So that's my comments that won't lie down. There are many more, but that's enough for now. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for being with me. Thanks for tolerating me. I'll be back. Bye for now. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.